Alright guys, so here we go again. We're working on a compass, and right now, there we go. Man, I love this camera. Right now we're going to be doing the radiator. Now the complaint of the customer was that her AC was going hot. Now that could be AC compressor, fans and whatnot. I checked the fans, they're working, not full power, but they're still turned on. But regardless, when I got underneath, the radiator is leaking on one corner, so we're going to go ahead and replace that. And the customer agreed to change the fans just so that everything is new and she doesn't have to rip apart this thing again. So we're going to be replacing the fan and the radiator on this 14 Jeep Compass. I already kind of got it started a little bit, not a whole lot, but let me run down. I covered the terminals on the battery. The reason why, I'll show you guys why. We took this out. This is just a matter of turning these little clips off. Now on this plastic we have clip here, clip there, clip here, clip there, and then over here we got a series of T20 Torx. Yep, there we go, T20. Just a few of them. Now we take this part off. We set that aside. Okay, and now that kind of exposes the radiator and the AC condenser and whatnot. So see that splash water there at the bottom? Right there. Oh, focus. Oh, no, she doesn't want to focus. Well, regardless, there's water in that corner there. And so what we're going to end up doing is we got to flush the system. Now the car is hot because obviously I was testing it and making sure things were working fine. So right now we have to take this bracket off. Well, actually, maybe you don't have to, but most likely you do. Regardless, the reason being is that we have to take this one out. Okay, so we got 3 screws here. That's a 10, that's a 2/13, that's a 10. There's one here, that's another 10. Again, 10, 10, 13. We gotta take this bar out of the way. Now we have to loosen this guy up. These little clips, we gotta take them off. You can either do it from there or from the fan strut itself. And that will give us an open view of everything on top. And then we gotta go and trace the wires and whatnot. And the reason why I put that there is because this is going to be set here, and I don't want it to be touching the battery and arcing and doing any weird stuff. So yeah, that being said, I'll follow up the next steps real quick. I gotta step out for a second, but this thing is going to be here for a minute, so I'll be right back and I'll loosen these guys up. I want to see if I can get my tripod set up again. It's been a minute since I used it, so we'll find out. Alright guys, be right back. There we go. So there are gonna be some tabs. Let me show you here in a second. Alright, so see this tab right here? That's where the fan hooks up into. So we'll get that out of the way. And then underneath the hose is another one right there. We'll take that off. And the wiring, we've got to unhook it all from the fans. We still have the ones that connect to the motors itself, but we're going to take them off once we lift it up a little bit. We have not drained the radiator yet. We're going to have to do that real quick. But before I do that, I want to see if I can get the fan out. Let's see. Just like I thought, radiator cap, no water in it whatsoever. Top hose. Okay. Cash pan on the bottom so nothing leaks on the floor. Alright guys, so we got the fan on the bottom. Is connected. Now we're going to start playing with it so we can try to get this puppy out. Tabs on this corner. Now we can take this one's out. That on the way. So now we got a little bit better access to the radiator itself. So now we got the radiator right here. We're gonna see where the drain plug is, so we can drain it, and we gotta keep on taking things off. Okay, I know this one will slide up the same way that the radiator did, but we got a hose there, and we got some other hoses here that we have to unhook, and the bottom hose as well. We have to unhook it from here. This is a 10 to get this little block bracket out of the radiator, and we got this hose here that we got to see how that one moves out of the way, but get in there. bottom so we can get most of the water on it. And then so we can at the bottom of the evaporator, but there's going to be 210. Alright, so there is a little bit of a play to be able to get it out. You gotta play with this rubber piece. And on the other side we have another rubber piece, so you gotta play with them to be able to get it out. So where this one went back, it was in this corner here. I don't want to flip it, it's gonna make a mess. But on this corner here, that's what she's been leaking at. So that's that. We're gonna take the mounts off. I gotta transfer these plastics onto the other one. And if there's any brackets or anything like that. Alright guys, so this is the new one, and we have to change some of the stuff over from the old one to this one. Alright guys, so we transferred over the stuff. It came with new mounts, so we had to transfer the clips. The side plastics, we transfer those from both sides. So now all we gotta do is start sliding this puppy in. So we can start playing with all these hoses and all this plastic stuff. It's in place. Now we just gotta put in the condenser. Okay. So that baby is in place now. Now what we gotta do is capture it ourselves. So the side plastics are properly in place. After that, we can do another tub hose. That's not yet. But now we can do two lines here. These two lines. This hooks up right there. We're gonna tie it down first, or we're gonna screw it by hand first, and then we're gonna put that on there. If I'm not mistaken, that's like a thermostat for the transmission. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. See that little spring inside there? So if I'm not mistaken, that's the thermostat for the transmission. So that's a number 18. We're gonna tighten them up. Everything is in place. We still gotta put the two 10mm bolts that goes on this side of the condenser. And then we can start thinking about putting our fan back in before we can put the hoses. Alright, be right back. Alright guys, so the thermostat for the transmission is back in place. Now the 2 bolts for the condenser, that's already put in. Now I'm just going to put the bottom hose down there before I put the fan on. And pretty much I should be able to start watering the fan so I can slide it down. Alright guys, so now we got the new fan on. We click our point. We're gonna lower it in. Alright guys, so we got our fan back in. Everything is clicked where it's supposed to be. And we got our guy, this puppy in place. Two pins on the outside. It wants to start raining over here, so we got 2 times. So everything's in place. Now we can start adding fluid in. Now the only thing that we got to do is put the little cover that goes from here to here. And I'm going to transfer that right now. Alright, so that's back on. Make sure that your hose is clicked on. All the plugs are in. Everything is where it's supposed to be. Now we can put this little cover back on. guys. Ethan! Alright guys, so everything is put back together. Now we're just gonna go ahead and get our setup here so we can add water and leave it running so we can get the air out of the system. It has started raining, so see how we get this going. Alright guys, so right now we are getting the bubbles out of the system. So we're going to be running it on heater on inside the car. We're going to let that bubble, pour that bubble go out. Let the thermostat open up so we can cycle some of that water. And basically see where we at after this. Both fans should kick on with a lot better speed. And see how she reacts. For sure we're gonna fix that water leak. The radiator was busted. And then we gotta see, probably not today because it's starting to rain. We gotta see where she's losing power. Apparently it looks like something is draining out the battery. So we need to find out what that is. So probably tomorrow I'll do a test on where that power is going. For now, let's get the bubble out of the system and make sure the fans are working, and we should be good to go. As always guys, I appreciate you guys subscribing, sharing, and if you have any questions, write a comment and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as I do get a chance. But yeah, so here goes another one. Alright guys, like always, appreciate it. To the next one.